quick recording here. I'm going to show you how to schedule different people for that Sunday morning's service. So I'm putting together one here for you. So if you start off by going to attendance, event and attendance, I'm going to show you real quick though the setup behind this here. Sorry, worship and scheduling. Sorry, correction here. You're going to go to worship and scheduling. And so here you will go to teams and roles. I just want to show this here. I set this up real quick for the RAV Kids leaders. I made a RAV Kids leaders section. And then in there we have teams. The teams consist of RAV Kids nursery, juniors, and RAV Kids. Um, and what I've done is everybody who is tied to that group or that team, whether they serve on nursery, whether they serve on juniors, or whether they serve on kids, I've added them to that group. Now, some people they cross over, right? So just to give you an example here, so Crystal, for example, she is in the nursery. She's on there for week 4, I believe, and so she's in there. But Crystal is also on week 3, so I for the RAV Kids Junior, so I have her in there. She's not in the RAV Kids, so she is not on that group there. But at the same time, these are all the team members, and really you can honestly pull any of those if you need to plug them into a space that is needed. So we're going to go ahead now, and I'm going to go back to services and schedules. And I've already started putting these in here. You can see, I'll take a quick look here. So for the 13th, if I go to schedules and roles, and if I scroll down to the RAV Kids leaders, there they are with their appropriate groups for that week. And that again, that is for week 13. I've done the same thing then for week 20, going to schedule and roles, scrolling down, boom, there we are. We got our nurseries, our juniors, and our kids. And so then now we're going to step into week 27. I'm sorry, July 27th. And at this point, I do not have those spots filled. So what you do to load these up is you would go to add people and roles. Then I can click here and say show our teams. And then I'm going to go to RAV Kids leaders. So I'm going to go ahead and starting off in the nursery section, I'm going to select Crystal Gillespie, and then I'm going to go down to the juniors, where I will select Wendy. I'll select Luke, and then I will go down to the RAV Kids area, where I'll select Melissa and Malia, along with Alexis. And then I will say add names. So now if I scroll down, there they are. All of the appropriate people for that week are in there. So now we will go to, it'll be 8-3, which is week 1. And I'm going to week 1, schedule. And again, now I need to add them in here. So I'm going to hit roles, show all teams, choose RAV Kids leaders. And then on week 1, I'm going to go ahead and add the appropriate people in there. We got Renee, Jocelyn. Juniors will go in, and we got, let's see, we got Gabrielle, and we got Annalise. And then we also then have Malia. And then going to the kids, we will have the Mats. So that's what I say. And Matthew Castiglione. And I will add them. And so there they are. They have been added in there. All right, so here's another cool trick that you can do. I found as far as making changes to the different roles. If we need to make a change in the schedule because somebody isn't available, so I'm going to go ahead and click the side by side there. Then I'm going to load in additional services. So we have the 13th loaded in here. I am going to go ahead and add the 20th, and I am going to add the 27th. So we'll load the selected services in here, and here they are. So then I can scroll down to our groups, say show all groups, and then get down to the RAV Kids leaders. And let's just say I'm just going to do move between. So like, for example, let's just say that Tiffany could not do this week for the juniors, but Wendy said, hey, I can switch with you. So I can just easily take Tiffany, roll over here, and then take Wendy and drop her over here. So that's one way to easily switch between, schedules if you need to do so. So I can take Tiffany over here and back. So if you need to delete somebody out of for that particular week because they can't be there and maybe you don't have any way to cover it, that's perfectly fine. So then I can click to select and I can hit Tiffany. And then here I can just go in here and boom, hit delete, and that'll take Tiffany out of that group for that week. Let's see what else here. If I want to just copy between services and I want to take and copy Tiffany. Say I want to copy Tiffany, copy between services. I can click here and drag her over here as well. So now Tiffany will appear in both services. If that makes sense. And then I can also click select. So I can come back over and click on Tiffany, and I can say I want to delete her because she can't actually work that week. So just to make sure I don't accidentally delete her when I didn't mean to, it always asks you again. So there you are. So now she's no longer over here in this section here. So that's just a quick little thing for about adjusting schedules. One other quick thing here about the teams and roles. So if, for example, you need to add somebody. So we just recently did this, and let me see if she's in here now. Oh, okay, I've already. No, I have not. Another person who is helping out in the nursery has been helping out for a while now is actually Faith. So I can click here and type in Faith, and I can click on Faith, and now she will appear on the nursery group. She says she's been filling in. So now she is now on the nursery group. So at any time, whenever I would go to need to schedule somebody for that week service, and if she's available to be able to help out, I can then add her into that position there. So I hope this has been helpful and makes sense. If you have any other questions, please feel free to reach out to me and I will be glad to help you any way possible. Thanks.